On a cold October evening, Emily Carter left work at exactly 6 to 12 p.m. Security cameras showed her walking through the parking lot, headphones on, keys in her hand, scrolling her phone. Just another normal day ending. Nothing strange, nothing dramatic, no one looking at her twice. If you had passed her that night, you wouldn't remember her face. She was just ordinary. And maybe that's what makes what happened next so disturbing, because 30 seconds later, she was gone. Not missing, not hiding, not running. Gone. Like she had simply stopped existing. Emily was 26 years old, worked at a small insurance office, lived alone, no enemies, no debts, no secrets anyone knew about. Her life was boring in the most peaceful way possible. Same routine every day. Work, gym, groceries, home. Call her mom on Sundays. Nothing mysterious. Until the night she disappeared. The last clear footage of her is simple. She exits the building, walks toward her car. The parking lot is half empty. Streetlights on. Cars parked normally. You see her unlock her car. Open the door, then the camera glitches. Just for half a second, a tiny flicker like static. Then the image returns. The car door is still open. Her bag is on the seat. Her phone is on the ground. But Emily isn't there. No one walks away. No one approaches. No struggle. No shadow. No sound. She simply isn't in the frame anymore. Like someone erased her. At first people assumed something normal. Kidnapping maybe. She ran away. Car trouble. But the details didn't make sense. Because everything she owned was still there. Her purse. Her wallet. Her keys. Even her phone. No one runs away without their phone. Especially not Emily. Police arrived within an hour. They searched the parking lot. Nothing. No tire marks. No footprints. No blood. No signs of a fight. It looked like someone had pressed pause on her life mid-step, like she vanished between 2 seconds. Her family panicked, posters everywhere, social media campaigns, local news, search dogs, helicopters, volunteers. The woods nearby were scanned, the river dragged, nothing, no body, no clues, no witnesses. It was like she had dissolved into air. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, then a year. Police quietly changed the case from missing to presumed dead, which is what they do when they've given up. But her mother never accepted that. She said the same thing over and over. Emily wouldn't just disappear. Something else happened. Nobody knew what that something else could be. Because people don't just vanish. Not like that. Not in an empty parking lot. Not without leaving anything behind. That only happens in movies or stories you tell around a campfire. Not real life. Then 3 years passed. Nothing changed. Her apartment lease ended. Her belongings went into boxes. Friends slowly stopped talking about her. Life moved on, like it always does. Except for her mother, who kept her old bedroom exactly the same, waiting, just in case. Then one morning, at 7:34 a.m., someone knocked on her mother's front door. 3 slow knocks. Calm, polite, not urgent. Her mother opened it and dropped the coffee mug in her hand, because standing there, looking confused, wearing the exact same clothes from 3 years ago, was Emily, alive, perfectly fine, like she had just come home from work. Same jacket, same shoes, same hairstyle, even the same scratch on her wrist she got the day she disappeared, like no time had passed at all. But 3 years had. 3 full years. And the strangest part? She looked exactly the same age. Not older, not thinner, not tired, no sun damage, no weight change, nothing. She looked like someone who had been gone for maybe 10 minutes, not 3 years. Her mother hugged her, crying, shaking, asking 1,000 questions at once. Where were you? What happened? Are you hurt? Emily just looked confused and said something that made everyone freeze. Why are you crying? I'm only a little late. Late? Late for what? Work, she said. I just got off work. But her last shift had been 3 years ago. She honestly believed it was still the same night, same day, same week. To her, no time had passed. She remembered leaving the office, walking to her car, opening the door, then nothing. A blank space, like someone cut out a piece of film, and suddenly she was standing in front of her mom's house. 3 years later, doctors ran every test imaginable: blood tests, brain scans, psych evaluations, everything normal, too normal. Her body showed zero signs of living rough. No vitamin deficiencies, no dehydration, no scars. Her hair length matched 3 years ago, which is impossible. Hair grows, always. Unless time didn't pass. Police reopened the case, interrogated her gently, asked if someone held her, kidnapped her, drugged her. She swore no. No memories, no rooms, no strangers, no captivity. Just nothing. Like falling asleep and waking up instantly. Except the world had changed. Phones were different. Apps new, friends older, cars newer. Even her favorite cafe had closed 2 years ago. She said it felt like waking up in the future. Then investigators reviewed the old parking lot footage again. Frame by frame, they enhanced it, slowed it down, and noticed something they missed before. Right when the camera flickered, the air around her seemed to distort, like heat waves on asphalt, like the image bent slightly, for less than a second. Then she was gone. Experts called it camera artifact. Probably compression glitch. Probably. But paired with everything else, it didn't feel like probably. It felt wrong. Then came the theories, and they got weird fast. Theory 1. Voluntary disappearance. Maybe she ran away and lied. But how do you fake 3 years of aging? How do you prevent hair growth, skin aging, metabolism? You can't. Biology doesn't pause, so that theory collapsed. Theory 2. Secret captivity. But kidnappers feed victims, move them. There are marks, trauma, weight change, something. Emily had none. She looked like she had simply stepped out of time. Then came the theory nobody wanted to say out loud. Time slip, a glitch, a moment where reality breaks. Stories like this exist all over the world. People vanishing for minutes, but returning days later. Pilots losing hours mid-flight. Hikers walking into fog and reappearing miles away. Always the same detail. To them, no time passed. To everyone else, years. Scientists obviously reject that. Time travel isn't real. Time slips aren't real. But they also can't explain Emily. And that's the problem. When science has no answer, we're left with silence. And silence is uncomfortable, because if something like that can happen once, it can happen again. To anyone. To you. Imagine walking to your car after work, blinking, and suddenly it's 2029. Your friend's older, your family changed, your life skipped forward. Like someone pressed fast forward without you. Would you even believe it? Or would you think you're losing your mind? Emily eventually tried to return to normal life, but it wasn't easy. Her job was gone, her apartment gone, even her bank account was frozen. Legally, she had been declared dead, which meant, on paper, she didn't exist anymore. Imagine proving you're alive when the world already buried you. Today she avoids interviews, avoids cameras. She just wants quiet, normal. But sometimes she says something strange. Sometimes she wakes up at night feeling like she's falling, like she's about to disappear again, like the world might skip. And honestly, after what happened to her, who could blame her? Because maybe time isn't as solid as we think. Maybe it's not a straight line. Maybe sometimes it tears, just a little, just enough for someone to slip through the cracks and come back unchanged, while the rest of us keep moving forward, aging, waiting, never knowing when it might be our turn to vanish between 2 seconds.